Hey guys, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic third in the 4 or 5 star. The 53rd book number 53 was Honor Among Thieves by Prisoner of Birth. So I'm not a fan of full fight out of fight really. I gave Wonder Woman book number 69 was it was a what? The next book I would be pitting. I've heard a lot His man was scratchy. Hey guys, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the third in my 25 books I've read in 2018 series, and in this video I'll be talking about books number 51 to 75 that I've read in 2018. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let me tell you about the third set of 25 books that I've read in 2018. Book number 51 was Persepolis, The Story of a Childhood and a Story of a Return by Marjan Satrapi, and I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's one of the most beautiful graphic novels I've ever read. It gets to you, it hurts your heart like anything, and being the third graphic novel that I decided to take up, it was wonderful. Book number 52 was Cantilever Tales by Jayant Kriplani, and this story is about people standing up against wrongs done to them by bullies. I gave Cantilever Tales 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 53 was Honor Among Thieves by Jeffrey Archer. Though the book was good, it wasn't the level of Jeffrey Archer that I was really expecting. It was like he wrote the book as an afterthought. I gave Honor Among Thieves 3.5 out of 5 stars. Book number 54 was Two Women by Christine A. Brown. I got this book from NetGalley. Even though the topic is so, intense, it just didn't leave its mark with me. I gave Two Women 2.5 out of 5 stars. Book number 55 was My Experiments with Truth by Mahatma Gandhi, and I really don't want to comment on this book, and I don't want to get into the details because that would sort of sour my mood. I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. Book number 56 was M and the Big Home by Jerry Pinto, and it's one of the best books I've ever read on mental illness. And Jerry Pinto has written the story in such a beautiful manner, in such a poignant manner, might I say, that it sort of breaks your heart. I gave M and the Big Home 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 57 was The Man on the Middle Floor by Elizabeth Moore, and I really didn't like it at all. This was another copy from NetGalley that I got, and this was because of its cover. I gave The Man on the Middle Floor 2 out of 5 stars. Book number 58 was By the River Pampa I Stood by Geeta Abraham Jose, and it was a real surprise for me to read this book and feel so many emotions. It was really well written, and because it was unexpected, I loved it even more. I gave By the River Pampa I Stood 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 59 was The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I am not a fan of classics, but this one I actually liked. There's so much about it, like if you covet something, there's no guarantee that you're going to get it despite how much money you have. Unless you're a good person, you're not going to get it. And especially if you want someone who's married to someone else, stay away. I gave The Great Gatsby 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 60 was The Little Prince by Antoine Saint-Exupéry. The moment I finished reading this book, I went into a total meltdown. I used to lie down in my bed thinking about things that The Little Prince has said, and those sort of play with your mind. You're really not ready for it. I gave The Little Prince 5 out of 5 stars. Book number 61 is a book that I have been advertising all over the place. Like on Bookstagram, if someone asks me which is the best book you've read in 2018, which is your favorite book of all time, I go ahead and I say A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Backman. And there is a reason why I do that. It is in fact one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. Not because of its cover, but because of its content. It's the story of a grumpy old man, but it will make you feel so much that you start crying. I gave A Man Called Uwe 5 out of 5 stars. Book number 62 was Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I feel that Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda normalizes all sexualities, and it's a really important book. Even though it's fiction, it is important. So please go ahead and read it. I gave Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 63 was A Game of Thrones, the first in A Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. It's a long as hell book. It took me 20 days to finish, and but I'm not complaining because it's really good. I'm a fan of the TV show, and now that I'm reading the series, it's even better. I gave the book A Game of Thrones full 5 out of 5 stars. Book number 64 and 65 were the second and third in the Dog series. God Save the Dog is number 2 and Who Let the Dog Out is number 3. I like these two books better than the first one, though the order would be 2, 3, 1. I gave both these books 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 66 was Loving by Daniel Steele. It's a really bad place to start with Daniel Steele. If you heard so much about an author, then make sure to go ahead and do some research before picking any random book of hers. I didn't like this book much, though the writing is good. The concepts are outdated. It's as if a woman lives to marry. I gave Loving 2 out of 5 stars. Book number 67 was Wonder Woman Warbringer, the first in the DC Icons series, and I loved the book like anything. I am so glad I read it, and I'm so glad that Wonder Woman got to be so much more. And I don't know what I'm saying because the mere memory of that book, it brings goosebumps to me. I loved it. That's the first book I've read by Leigh Bardugo, and I'm in love with the writing. I gave Wonder Woman Warbringer 4.5 out of 5 stars. Book number 68 was My Brother's Wedding by Andalip Wajid, and it's such a fun story to read. It's nice to see an insider's perspective about how things go on in the Muslim families and how, moms and dads think, on what lines they think. I gave My Brother's Wedding 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 69 was Selected Short Stories by G.K. Chesterton, and that was my first G.K. Chesterton book ever. It's just a collection of short stories, but I quite like them. The way he, brought Father Brown and how intelligently he's written those stories. I liked them and I gave them 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 70 was Maharani by Ruskin Bond, and even though it's not one of Ruskin Bond's best works, you get that feeling when you start reading it. It is set in the mountains and it talks about, long walks down the hills. Ruskin Bond is there, but not as much as I would like him to be. I gave Maharani 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 71 was The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn, and despite so many great reviews about it, I didn't quite like it. It disappointed me a lot. It was supposed to be a thriller, but I found that it was really juvenile in ways. I didn't like it that much, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Book number 72 was Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, and I feel that the author and her books are dissed a lot. If you're that attached to poetry, don't go into it thinking that it is poetry. Just think of it as simple truths disguised in beautiful writing. I gave Milk and Honey 3.5 out of 5 stars. Book number 73 was How I Braved Ranu Aunty and Co-Founded a $1 Million Company by Varun Agarwal. It's actually very encouraging to see how wonderfully a startup bloomed and went into this national limelight for customized t-shirts and other paraphernalia. I give this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. Book number 74 was The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This book is on a lot of bestseller lists, and I'd heard a lot about how amazing this book was. It is really good, though I feel that it's not worth so much of hype. I gave The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 75 is Greek Mythology by Katerina Servi. We bought this book in Greece at the Acropolis Museum in Athens. I didn't know that reading this book would be such a good preparation for me because I had no idea that I would be picking the Percy Jackson series next. And to see all those Greek mythological characters come to life in Percy Jackson and to say, oh yes, I remember this character, was a really good experience. I felt proud of myself for no reason whatsoever. I gave Greek Mythology 4 out of 5 stars. So what did you think of this video? What did you think of the books I mentioned in these? Have you read any of them? Do you plan to read any of them in this year? Which books have you read in 2018? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.